listening to The Malting Hour with Brandon and Tony. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook by searching The Malting Hour. And coming soon, themaltinghour.com. Now, on to the show.
Always sneaking it in.
Sneaky asses.
I can't wait to listen to the tapping. Will I leave the tapping in? We'll find out. Welcome to
the beginning.
I most of the time there's a cutoff point of leaving where to have the beginning come in with the music. It's either it sounds funny because we're at the end of what we're talking about, or it's just nonsensical, no one would understand it, and it's not worth leaving it in. 90% of the time, it's pretty funny.
Oh, you're better than me because, like I said in the beginning of mine, it's like what you hear is what you get because I don't edit shit.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working so far. Your show's pretty good with all your 2 episodes.
Hey, I have
shots fired.
Guess what? I have 3 episodes now and a double barrel.
Okay, welcome to the Malting Hour. We're back again. I'm Tony Golick.
And I'm Brandon Winninger.
We're joined by a jerk.
With the double barrel.
Welcome back. ABC, Afro Beer Chick, Shalonda.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you, guys.
Come here. ABC. What was that song?
ABC, BBD.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I do, Nick. I say ABC, CBG.
That's
Did you
good.
say like East Coast Family or something?
Yeah, East Coast family. Yeah.
If there weren't copyright issues, I easily would just insert that part of the song right through this.
Who's listening? Nobody's listening.
I thought about that recently too. I'm like, should I just start playing whatever the hell I want during the break?
Other podcasts,
You can do whatever you want.
You're not selling anything, so you probably can get away with it.
No, but that's
true.
like, so here's the funny
Yeah,
thing.
we're not getting money for anything.
Here's the funny thing about like
Should
the
start
whole
getting money
like
for this.
using music. So I was in Vegas once and
Once.
many times, but not my bachelor party, but when I was there, I was at Fremont Street, and if you've ever been to Vegas, Tony hasn't.
I used to live there.
Oh, we got double barrels in Vegas. Great.
So Fremont Street now has like the big overhang on the street, and it's all like lit up, and it's just this amazing like light show that they do at night, and they always like feature different bands and stuff like that. And I forget who it was when I was there. I don't know, it was like Tom Petty or something like that. And I was filming the entire thing, not the entire thing, but like 5 minutes of it. And I was like, this is awesome. And I posted it on Facebook. And it's like, you don't know the copyright to this music, so you can't post this. And I'm like, go fuck yourself.
That's weird.
But then there's other people that post stuff to Facebook. But then I noticed in their comments or whatever, they'll put,
I do not.
I don't own the copyright to this music. And it's like, so
Jesus.
that makes it legal? Like,
guess so.
Obviously, Brandon Winninger from Chicago does not own the copyrights to Tom Petty music. But
You don't? Oh, no. Why are we even
now,
friends?
if it was the Beatles, I stole that shit from Michael Jackson fair and square. Oh, you gotta, see, that's when you insert the...
Mine was perfect. I think we can
There you go.
we can put that in there. But anyway, so we're back here, and it is, by the time when this is being released, it'll be March 2nd, which March is Women's History Month.
And my birthday month.
Oh, that's right, and your birthday month. Well,
I celebrate the whole month.
Happy early birthday. Well, then just happy birthday. I'm not.
So that's why we're having her on now, so we can celebrate it for one day and not talk to her all of March.
Yep, pretty
Talk to her
much.
again in April. I'm joking.
Offended.
Aren't you going out for your birthday?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't
do a
have
lot
enough
of
energy
drinking.
to celebrate you for an entire month.
Look, there's a process to this. The reason why I do the whole month is because I give the other months to being a mom. So come March 1st, I cut off the kid.
Okay.
Oh.
I get to go shopping. I go shopping for myself. I treat myself, and she knows the whole month of March. Do not ask for shit.
No food, no water, no clothes.
Figure it out.
Nothing
You're on
school
your own.
related. No.
I've got this project too damn bad.
Sorry, should have picked it up in April.
It's March. Get out of my life.
Oh my god.
I'm not a mom in March.
Most other people are celebrating March Madness the entire month of March. I'm not one of those.
No, and that was
I'm a
like
basketball person.
Oh, Vito's getting mentioned in the podcast.
Hey, he's never listened to a single
you?
episode,
Good.
probably.
So because he doesn't care about beer.
Yeah.
But, like, so we were at a 40th birthday party, and the guy was telling us, "Oh, we take this day off, this Friday off, like every year." He's like, "You got to come out to Addison, Illinois, and get drunk." I'm like, "Why the hell would I do that? Because then I have to come home to Chicago, and that means I have to take a day off work to go drink with you."
Yeah.
Not that I have a problem really drinking with him.
No,
drinking
but,
in Addison, Illinois, on a Friday.
Yeah.
What's going on
When
in
I don't
Addison?
give a shit about March Madness.
They found a bar that they really like. There's like giant Jenga, and there's like a whole bunch of TVs, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Like I like the people that all go. I'm not just like Brandon. You know, I don't have the. I'm not interested in taking a full day off for that. I might do a half day. And go down there, but we'll see.
I mean, I'm taking off a day to go drink. It's going to be somewhere awesome.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to take a day trip someplace or there's something going on at a brewery.
Like, I'm taking the day off that Sunday after my birthday.
So when is your official birthday?
My birthday is 3/12, 3/12.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
3/12 day. So
Do you drink a 3-1-2 on 3-1-2?
You know, Goose has always been cool. You know, it's so funny because Dana, who runs the Goose social media, her birthday is also March 12th.
Damn.
So do you guys get together and drink 624?
I told her
Hey, I'll throw the shot in.
So I'm debating if I'm actually going to take off the day of my birthday so I can start my drinking early.
Nice. I took the Friday after my birthday off this year. It was nice.
Did you take the day after the Super Bowl off?
No, I should have this year. I should
You
have.
usually always do.
I know, it was the first year I didn't. It was the first year I was incredibly hungover. Everybody at work was hungover, so it felt nice.
Did you go to Jeff's house?
I did. I went to Jeff's next door, and I drank my lager and got
TFTI.
wasted. Hey, you were here with your wife and son.
Yeah, it was awesome. We hung out.
Cheering for the Chiefs.
Got some pizza from Marie's. That was awesome.
That sounds good. So it's Women's History Month, and what better person to talk to than you, Shalonda, about that?
I am a woman.
Well, you are a woman. That is correct.
Yes,
And we have a beer podcast, and I think we said this last time you were on that we would maybe revisit this topic in March for Women's History Month about women in beer. And I'm going to tell you something. Number one, I'm ignorant to it. I am so. I spent last night. And now let me explain. By the way, what I mean by I'm ignorant to it.
I'm waiting. I'm listening. I'm waiting. I gotta take the glasses off.
I saw a look on your face like, excuse me.
I had to take the glasses off.
What I mean that is that my knowledge of women in beer is that number one, women were the creators of beer. I'm talking like 7,000 years ago.
In Kazi.
Mesopotamia. Mm-hmm. And wait, what did you just say?
In Kazi.
Oh, Ghazi, sorry. I thought you said something else. I'm like, am I missing something? Ooh, Brandon's getting a text. So I know that alewives, because they were cooking, and so preparing beer was also seen as a part of that. So they became the brewers. Mm-hmm. And then my knowledge kind of just goes by the wayside because after the Industrial Revolution, men took over, and that's been it. And not only now, and we're going to drink a New Belgium Fat Tire at some point. But only now, really, is it kind of becoming...
only now Tony has realized.
No, because last night I was looking up articles, and I was on YouTube trying to find, videos, and it was always... The way the video was presented was kind of like this, little niche. Oh, look at this woman. She started her own brewery. Instead of it being like, oh, here's, this city's first... female-owned and operated brewery. Yep. It was kind of just like a shit piece for some news outlet.
Yeah. Right.
So here in Chicago, we have, we're lucky, we've got Eris Cider and Brewery, which is owned by,
Michelle Foyt.
Thank you, man. I tried remembering that name all day.
She's so cool.
Really? How do you know?
Because I'm lame, man. I met her at Cider Fest last year, and I thanked her for bringing Eris, and I was like, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm here. She's like, oh, yeah, go to the other places, too. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah. I will. I'm just giving you praise right now.
Yeah, so we had my son's baptism at Eris. They hooked us up with, their mezzanine, and, we bought a bunch of food and everything, but it was just awesome. Michelle came up during that time, too, and kind of said hi and everything, and then, but I was just it was amazing. My whole family was like, this place is awesome. Why where did you find this?
Yeah,
I'm
Eris
like,
is
well,
gorgeous.
I know Michelle for a long time, like through like various connections and like, Fishman's and, but the cool thing about it, so is if for folks that are listening, if you have not been to Eris, the building is awesome because it is an old Masonic temple.
Which I'm also Eastern Star.
Oh.
Well, I haven't been active in years, but when I seen that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and it's funny, like, I wanted my uncle to go, but for some reason, they didn't go because he's like a Grand Master Mason.
Oh, wow.
He used to run, I think, the lodge at like Wilson and Ashland. That building just got torn down, and I think he was up in Jeff Park here too. But like,
Is that building still active?
Yeah.
Jeff Park?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I wanted him to come because I don't think he knew. But it's cool because when you walk in, like the safe is there and it's got the huge Masonic label on it. Mm-hmm. And then just kind of going off on a tangent, a weird thing that I saw on the internet the other day, there was a couple from San Diego that was vacationing in Indiana. And while they were vacationing, they loved the area in Indiana where they were. It was not like anywhere like Gary or something like that. Actually, no.
I have one question.
Right near Gary, I think.
Who vacationed in
I think they had
Indiana?
family. Well, I think somebody had family there.
Is that what you were mouthing to me when you said that?
So I think they had family there, and they were kind of going around the area, and they were looking. They were like, I think they were kind of contemplating moving back to be near family. And so they were kind of just cruising the neighborhood looking for places for sale when they saw this giant building that took up an entire block with a for sale sign on it. And as a joke, they called and asked about it, and the real estate agent gave them a tour. It was like a 3-floor plus a basement Masonic temple.
Whoa.
That was for sale. And they bought it, and they converted it into a single-family home. Like, the basement has like a performance stage and like a giant like 12 burner stove, like whatever. It's like a massive like like a catering kitchen like in the basement, and like there's a huge auditorium like on the top floor that they use for movies now for their kids. And I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like,
that's why you vacation.
and it was like
$100,000
$100,000 or something. They paid for it. I mean, they had to renovate the entire place, but I'm like, man, that's awesome. I would love to get a place like that.
That's interesting.
Well, we'll get them on the show next.
Can we get a tour of your house?
Next week on the Masons Hour.
I gotta come back for that one now.
We've got the math hour, Mason's hour, malting hour, all the M's. So we were talking about Eris.
Yeah, we're talking about Eris.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. If you're even if you're not in Chicago, if you're in Chicago and you haven't gone there yet, you should definitely check it out. I'm gonna go on record in saying I prefer their ciders more than their beers. That's not to say that their beers aren't good, considering they did win a medal, right? GABF. Yeah. Was that the year we were there? Yeah. They got a medal for their New England IPA. That was the year that Chicago, the Midwest,
Kind of swept.
New England IPA category.
That was awesome that we just ended up there.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do that again this year.
Hopefully.
So Tony ended up being there. He had a friend that offered him a ticket, and he decided just to fly out Saturday to
Friday night
till Sunday morning.
Like I got there 11 p.m. Friday night, and I was home by 9
And he
a.m.
told me
Sunday.
about it, and then I was like, I'm actually going to be in Denver for work because my office is literally 4 blocks away from the convention center.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I could probably stay the weekend. And so we talked about it, and I got a friend that had a hookup too, so I'm not going to blow that up in there.
You don't have to say anything else.
But I had a friend that had a hookup, and we met up. I met Tony Friday night, late at night.
Yeah.
He got in, we went and had a drink. That's what I told you we were having a kid.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
And then we, so then we ended up at the next day at Great American Beer Festival. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go last year, and I had free.
2019?
Yeah, I had airfare covered. I had the tickets and everything covered because one of the wives of the brewers or whatever, she's wanted me to come and do her makeup, which was cool. And at the time,
That's awesome.
okay, cool. I'll come do your makeup, and
Sounds good.
I'm getting flown out to GABF. Cool. But again, motherhood kicked in because my kid had a homecoming that weekend. So I couldn't go.
Yeah. I think you told the
I think
story.
we talked
on
about
last
this,
episode.
yeah.
I was so hurt. I love my kids. Damn, I can't go. free trip to GABF for that can.
Yeah,
Damn it, we're
I'm gonna.
repeating stories already.
We're gonna see. We're gonna.
Did I own?
It's just.
That's old age
It's
game.
just Yolanda.
That's us.
No,
Like that
it's-
was like. Then I was like, you're telling this, and I'm like, we must have talked about us going too. So
I did talk to that same person who got me in last year. I talked to them in December. He's going again. Hazy details. Maybe we'll end up there and be able to actually record and talk to a brewery. So
I won't be there. I'll be in Paris.
I was gonna say, you could be there, guys.
oh, maybe we can go to Paris.
Yeah. You want to do something to Paris?
I'm supposed to be in Paris,
Paris.
Look right now.
I mean, around that time.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like
Family
like,
trip.
right now?
I'm like, damn.
You going to Paris now?
Want to go now? I got airline points. Let's just go.
Let's go.
I don't know
Quick
what-
decisions. We'll get on the plane.
Oh man, we are so far off topic at this
I
point.
know, right?
Women
Back
in
on
there.
topic, back
All
on
right, all right,
topic.
let's bring it in.
Yeah. So when Eris started, I mean, I think the entire format that they had promoted was like it's going to be a cider house.
Yeah.
I knew beer was always going to be part of it. Like it's a secondary thing, but like their main focus was cider.
Right.
And when they first opened, it was just cider. And I knew they were brewing at the time too. But man, like they knocked it out of the park with the ciders. And I know, like, didn't you say like the Blush is your favorite?
The
one of your favorites?
Van Mojo is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that
that's
one.
like the blueberry.
The Blush, I like the Blush. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the Blush is good. I think the Van Mojo also is the one that is they dry hopped with a C hop. I don't remember which one, but it's I could be wrong about that.
I haven't been over there since the summer, but I'm definitely going to be bouncing around doing Women's Month,
I just got invited to a bachelor party next month that is taking also a part of it's going to be at Eris. I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, who the hell do you know is going to be?
I'll tell you off mic. Tell you during the break.
One of those.
No, it's just my buddy Steve. Actually, Steve's band has been one of the guests, musical guests.
So
Anyways,
what are we drinking right now, though?
oh yeah, we are drinking. Oh, did you pull it up or did?
No, you said you were going to.
I know, I said I was going to. I was a big fat lie. We are drinking Eris beer right now. And
Beer, not cider.
yeah, thanks for going to get it, Brandon, today.
Shouts out, Michelle.
Yeah, no joke. This is tasty. I almost thought about saying, hey, let's do a cider. I'm glad we didn't. So I asked you to get Ella. So Ella, the reason I was looking at their beers, and this one it says, inspired by historical research into women's involvement with the hop harvest in the 1800s Wisconsin. Single hop brew, correct to the era, featuring cluster hops, English ale yeast, and caramel malt. And it's 5.5 ABV. Ooh, excuse me, I'm burping. Yeah, actually, you're telling me off, everybody. Actually, give it a full. This is the Might Meets Right episode all over again. I sound so angry in that episode. Passing around the can. I always got a 3-ounce pour.
shorts.
Everybody else got big pours. That's cool. My $20 down the drain, I guess. All right, let's give this a sip. We've already kind of been again. Well, now we can actually talk about it.
Second glass.
Let's talk about women in beer. I love beer.
Because we kick
Women
ass.
rule, yeah. You guys do rule. Yeah, I don't know. We were already recording when I said this. Yeah, that the YouTube videos I were watching were just like shit pieces and stuff, and there was no real information about women in beer. And maybe YouTube's not the best spot, but you could look up, any other like breweries, and I
think
come
that
across some Barley Angel stuff. Though.
We get an unfair assessment when it comes to women in beer because like they always want to like fluff pieces. They don't want to give
Right.
us the nitty gritty. Like they don't want to talk about the women who kept the breweries open and running when like doing the Civil Wars and all that.
Sure.
You don't hear about those stories. Like my grandmother, she used to work. First of all, let me say my heart goes out to the middle course family about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to work at Miller's in Milwaukee for 40 years.
Holy cow.
40 years.
You talked about this in the last episode too.
Damn, I have an old memory.
We were talking about old ass beers, and you had we were talking about the decanter that you had. Boom, there we go. Not beers, but alcohol. But sorry, yes.
But
not
they
to
never
take away
talk
from
about
that.
the women who actually like brew beer over the course of the years. It's like they always make it seem like it's buttoned up and pretty. They don't tell you the nitty gritty, like what we had to go through to get to this point.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and even now, just the role that it like I said, it almost comes off as like this gimmicky, like you said, puff piece, like this gimmicky thing, when really it's just like any other job that it's just happens to also be done by a woman. I'm not saying not taking that away, but it's like, hey, give it the same fucking focus that you'd give any other brewery and any other person who's brewing a beer. It just blows my mind. It's kind of that goes hand in hand.
Beer is beer.
Right, but it also goes exactly. Duh. It goes hand in hand with, I guess that's the shit that I don't understand, and maybe it's because, no offense, Dad, I was raised by my mom mainly. No, my mom was like the prominent role model in my life. She was the one who always took care of me and took care of my sister, and even at that, my sister's 6 years older than me. So to me, I've always seen women as a stronger part of my life than men were. And so that also goes with so it doesn't make sense to me. It's confusing to me. It baffles me that like things are separated like that. Like when gay marriage became an issue in Illinois and it was like talked about, and I remember posting something on Facebook. I'm like, this should be a non-issue. This shouldn't even be a conversation. It should just be done. And I'm not trying to take away from like what happened to get to gay marriage, but like it's so dumb that this is a discussion. Why is this even a discussion? Why can't anybody marry who the fuck they want? And it's racism too. Like none of that shit makes sense to me.
Well, we women, we get an unfair advantage. We get blamed for everything. We get blamed for how men turn out or how they don't turn out. Like for instance, like I was a single mom for most of my parenthood, and they said, oh, your kid's going to be a statistic. They're going to pop up pregnant and fell out of school. I got a kid who graduated from high school, top of her class, and is in the Air Force. Like, where are those accomplishments at? And then even with women in beer, we talk about...
See what you did? Now she's in the Air Force.
I know, right? Now she's in the fucking Air Force. And
now she's serving her country. Way to go.
Right. Like, how dare you do that? How dare you not be a statistic?
Oh, my father-in-law would be proud. He was an Air Force man.
Oh, there you go. And then even when I talk to a lot of other women in beer, like, for instance, my tweet the other day, it's like, do women get the respect in beer? And I was really interested in seeing that how a lot of men weighed in. It's like, hey, no, you guys don't. So, okay, then now that you know that we don't, then what are you going to do about it? How are you going to help this cause? Because, again, I'm a big thing about social media. It's like, don't make it a trend. Right. What are you going to do outside of social media?
Afterwards,
After fact.
Yeah, and I guess that's where when you pose that question to me, the first thought in my head is, oh no, what am I going to do? And I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think that's where I'm stuck at, and I need to get maybe a little more creative and actually take some time to think about that. Supporting Eris is one way.
It's one support.
But that's kind of that's the bigger thing is like supporting.
Yeah.
But it's also like here's my crossroads that I come to. Don't support because it's a woman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Support because it's good.
Right, 100%.
So you can't make that distinction of being like, there's a clear line of like, oh, this woman opened up this place. I'm definitely going to try it out because like she's adventurous and trying something new. And if it's great, I'm going to keep coming back. Yeah. But then there's, those people that are just like, it's a woman. I'm not going to go because it's probably not good, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, and just Eris as the example, like so when we were booking the party there, like we were looking at the food menu and stuff like that, and it's like but like so for like the options that we had for like not catering but like for the party style stuff, I was just like, oh man, it was hard to choose like what we thought people would like, but I'm like, so I picked some things that I liked and my wife liked. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is the buffalo like...
Oh my God, buffalo cauliflower.
Oh man, that is so good.
Like, I did that, I was like...
Wait, the peanut butter pie.
We didn't do that.
Oh man, it's so good. It's addictive.
But we did the buffalo...
I'm going there after this.
The buffalo cauliflower, or the cauliflower and buffalo wings or whatever. I did that just because I thought that was an interesting idea. And I hadn't tried it until like towards the end of our party. It was almost gone. And then I was like, God damn it, why didn't I come over? I was like, that was the best flipping thing that I had in a long time. It was so good. Like their food is phenomenal. Like the atmosphere is amazing.
It's a beautiful.
And here's what I love about Eris. It's all like the head of each, like the kitchen and all that. It's all women.
Yeah.
So it's like women are really kicking ass over there. And then like, let's not overshadow the fact like even with they haven't opened up yet, but like Leslie Roth of Inglewood Brewing, she's going to be the first black woman to open a brewery in Chicago. Yeah, they broke ground with their construction on right off of 63rd and Halstead. So we're going to have 2 women-owned breweries in Chicago by the summertime.
North side and South side representing both sides. Yeah. That's awesome.
I gotta go to Inglewood.
You know what? Here's the thing. Let me say something.
I'm joking.
You know what? I know. No. Let's discuss this because people when I usually say Inglewood.
Also, isn't that near where like the H.H. Holmes house was?
But here's the thing. And people look at, oh my God,
Did they build in the murder house plot? Oh my God.
They have redeveloped that area over there so much, and it's like I'm happy that they're redeveloping, but I'm also scared that they're also gentrifying it.
Yeah, that's the
it's
fine
like
line.
you
They have a
see
Whole
where
Foods now?
you're right, because you see where it's going.
Yeah.
But however, what they're planning to do, they're trying to support the neighborhood the community as much as possible, like hiring people from the community and also supporting the culinary school.
Yeah, give
that's
them
right down the
jobs,
street.
make them work.
Yeah,
not make them work, but like give them opportunities to work.
You know, but I also said, and I'm a big advocate for this, I'm not going to support you just like I say with my people of color. I'm not going to just support you just because you're my people of color. If your product is not good, I'm going to talk shit about it.
Yeah, and not support it. Yeah. And I mean, it's again, it's like like I'm saying, you know, I'm not saying I just see everything like, you know, clear cut, black and white, like this is how it is, you know. But it's just an afterthought for me. About that, and it shouldn't. I mean, to a degree, like you were saying, you know, outside social media, you know, it shouldn't be an afterthought in the sense of like, yeah, it's a woman-owned brewery, but whatever. I'm just here to drink the beer. I'm not thinking about it. Well, no, I should. You know, you should go out there and support it if it's a good product, regardless. Yeah. I guess I'm more so just It's weird that in this day and age there is no just like it's not just cut down the middle of, oh, it's just good or bad. Not like, oh, that's owned by a man, that's owned by a woman. Oh, they're black, they're white, they're Mexican. You know, it blows my mind.
That's why, like,
thanks, Trump.
Like Drew Fox at 18th Street got a lot of shit too when he first started. Like,
I remember when Drew was first trying to open.
Yeah, me too. Like, Drew was, dude, he was like not even killing, but like he was working at Pipeworks. He was just like he was putting in his dues like when he could, and like. I met him a couple times, like, before he even, like, kicked off, and he was just like, yeah, I just like to brew beer. I'm like, all right, man, I respect that. And then he opened up in Gary, of all places, and I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you open up in Gary? But then I was like, holy shit, you should open up in Gary, because that does not exist there.
Right.
And it's close. It's also close enough to Chicago where if you're going to leave out to go to Gary,
especially if you go down to like if you're going down to Bourbonnais and all those places like in like south of Chicago, there's some good breweries around there like Brickstone and like and Tinley's got like Hailstorm, like all that other stuff. Like it's like another 20-minute drive to go over to Gary and now get some kick-ass beer. And now he's in Indianapolis. He's got like 3 locations. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like,
well, 18th Street isn't that? I mean,
he's killing it, man.
Where's Three Floyds
It's in Munster.
It's Hammond.
Yeah.
Oh no, Munster.
No,
yeah,
that's in Munster.
And that's only like
and he has
another
a location
20
in
minute
Hammond,
ride,
and then it's
Hammond and Gary is what he's got. Yeah.
And then right around the corner from his 18th Street location, he has a sour note, so you can actually see the buildings.
That's awesome.
Like if Drew is killing it, and then you have the distillery right next door. It's like Drew is really killing it.
Clark and I have been talking about wanting to make that trip.
Come on, let's go.
Well,
Let's go without Clark.
See you later. Sorry, Clark.
Clark. Right now, let's go.
Clark and I have gone up to his family has a home up at St. Joe's, and so I got to go to Greenbush and a whole bunch of other breweries up there. That was a great trip. And
Thanks for the invite, Clark.
Fan favorite, Clark Fettridge loves beer. 69.
When I lived in the south suburbs, I used to live exactly 8 minutes from his Indiana location. His Hammond. I used to go straight down Sibley and be right there.
Yeah, I've yet to been to go to 18th Street or Three Floyds. I've never been to either one of them.
Are you joking me?
I'm not.
This.
That's why Clark and I wanted to go. We wanted to go through Indiana, then go shoot all the way back up to Michigan and go to different places.
I don't even think I know you anymore.
I'm clutching my imaginary pearls right now. The fact that he says he's never been to.
No, it's funny because
do you need a robe?
It's funny. We've actually, because I know we've talked about like kind of making the trip. It's like an hour.
Yeah. Just doing it.
Not that bad.
Yeah. No.
I go. Yeah. But you saw how on time I was.
So
today.
it's like even like when I went to Dark Lord Day, my mom lives like right there in Linwood. So it was like
Unreal.
perfect. It's like 2 minutes down the street, if that.
Dark Lord Date's also another thing I haven't done.
Shit show is a shit.
Yeah, I know it's a
beautiful
shit show.
I did it once, and I'd
Did you
never
say it's
do
a
it
beautiful
again.
shit show?
It's a beautiful shit show.
I did it once. I would never do it again. Although, what was hilarious about it was like, so the big issue about going down there, it's like if you're taking yourself down there, was parking, and so we drove down there, and I was like, where the fuck are we gonna park? Blah blah blah. So literally, like here's the brewery, and then here's like the highway and all this stuff, and then behind the brewery is like residential areas, and then there's like this little valley between the residential area and the brewery, and there was a street right here. So we were just driving up, and I was like, I'm gonna park right here. We did, and there was a neighbor, right? Like a guy came out of his house. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna tell us. He was like, hey guys. He's like, no, you're cool right there. Don't worry. I'm like, okay. And I was like, how did we get there? He's like, you just walk through the grass. And it was like, okay. So we walked right through the grass. So like here we had like 30, 40 feet from the brewery. No, probably 100 feet, whatever. But it was like really short. It was like an hour away. No, but it was like literally just right over the grass and like through this little valley. Luckily, like it's actually like I think there's like a creek that goes through there, but like it wasn't that bad. So we just hopped over, like walked up, and then all these other people were like, "Oh my god, I parked like 2 miles away and I had to take an Uber here," and I was like.
I parked in front of my mom's house and had her drop me off.
Mom's like, best. First of all, don't drive here. Second of all, don't drive here. Like, if you are... So
Aren't there buses and shit that people set up?
You know, the brew bus used to go there, so I don't know what it's like now. But,
brew bus.
Yeah, sorry,
Sorry, Kevin.
And they, but yeah, the like I parked my car right in front of my mom's house. I said, look, I need you to drop me off over here. She did. And luckily, Josh from Kankakee, he dropped me off at her house. I went to her house and I just kind of crashed.
That was a smart move. So would your mom be okay if I came down this year and be like,
She probably look at you like, $50.
Man, why does everyone charge me $50 for everything?
Now I'm
in my
missing the
life?
brew bus.
Jesus.
Oh, man. That was awesome.
Sad.
I used to do tours with Nick. Nick and I doubled up on some tours.
Well, you can thank the city of Chicago for the demise of that.
We can think it's just shitty of Chicago for a lot of things. Yeah.
I did do a solo tour once too on the brew bus, and man,
I never got on the brew bus. I remember seeing it drive around though. That's pretty rad.
but that was the buses that I rented for my birthday party.
Oh, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Where I got pretty tipsy.
Thank God there were wings afterwards.
Kevin rented us a bus, or gave us a bus, and we started at like Wild Goose, and then we went to Rev. Then we went to, or did we go to Beguile first?
Beguile,
and then I think Rev.
Yeah.
And then we went out to Sketchbook.
Yes, and that's when I didn't even go inside Sketchbook because I was so
Wasted.
drunk at that point.
Yeah,
I stayed outside and just looking like this in the window.
Wait, there had to be more than that. So, we started at Wild Goose.
We were gonna go to Temperance, but we didn't end up going.
No.
That's
I feel like there's more than that though. We started at Wild Goose, Rev. We were gonna go to Lagunitas, and that was like just way out of the way.
Well, because the original thing was to go down to
18th Street.
Yeah, which I
And
was
then
super.
Kevin-
Wait, you guys want to go from Temperance to 18th Street?
No.
Start at 18th Street.
Oh,
No,
man.
like literally the trip was going to be like get on the bus, we go to 18th Street, drink for a little bit, and then come back.
And then do what we were saying.
Yeah, and then Kevin was like, "You're not fucking using my bus." All right.
All right, point taken.
So yeah, so we just made like a little mini tour around the neighborhood. We literally just picked breweries and did that.
You know what? One thing we haven't done is talked about this beer again. We poured a second glass.
Okay, let me get started. No, I'm just playing. What is Ella?
Ella. Yeah. I gotta go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of it? I'm glad this is the beer we ended up going with. I'm gonna
Well,
start
what
with
style
that.
is this again? Because nowadays, and it's so bad because I want to take my sister on, and it's so bad because I'm so scared.
It terrifies me.
Of doing a flavor profile because these trends throw you off. Like for instance, we're talking about Imperial Porter. What the fuck?
I saw that.
What is that?
Which is funny
Just
because
say stout.
I think at one point I tried brewing an Imperial Porter, and I think I came to
What
that
is an
realization.
Imperial Porter?
Well, I think I came to that realization where I was like, it was just a fucking stout.
Exactly. So it was like, no, Shalonda, this is an Imperial. Hey. Sorry, we had to stop for a picture. there's an imperial porter. Like, well, just say stout.
It doesn't say what type of beer it is. I'll read it again. Inspired by historical research into women's involvement with the hop harvest in 1800s Wisconsin. Single hop brew, correct to the era, featuring cluster hops, English ale yeast, and caramel malt. So I don't know. It's almost like an amber. That's what it's to me. It tastes like an amber, which is funny because
I'm looking at Fat Tire. It says amber ale.
I just said, you know what? I think amber. Another random weird tangent here. I think amber ale is an unappreciated style of beer that I myself underappreciate, and I don't want to drink all the time. When I have a really good amber, it blows my mind that I'm enjoying it. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Thanks for hearing.
It's just like what's the one that I was sent? Patacolas Brewing Company. They're red. Oh my gosh. Patacolas is out in Texas. Oh man, that ale.
You throwing up random ale.
So good. It changed my whole thought process. I was like, damn.
On ambers or red ales or
red ales. I was like, damn, this is good. So it's like I've been chasing the high ever since.
Yeah, I had one. It's a brewery. It's a local brewery. Fuck, I can't think about it. I can't think of who it is, but I had it like 2 years ago, and I had it at some bar out in like Schaumburg when I was working out that way, and I saw it, and I'm like, I think like Fire's named in it or something, but it blew my mind how awesome it was.
So here's my thing: is that when you get to like a really good amber ale, and it's like in red ales and all that, it gives you that old school taste of what beer used to be before all these trends kicked in. Like for instance, like and I wish I was kind of doing the podcast back when I'm sorry, I hate that I took this hiatus, but like I got sent a beer from Mac Brewing.
Okay.
And I really, really enjoyed this because it was that old school flavor. It was a IPA. It was straight to the point. It was crisp, no bullshit. Just this is what I'm talking about right here.
That's what I had last night. I hadn't had it in a while. I started the keto diet about 2 weeks ago. No, yeah, thanks for laughing about that. Down 10 pounds. Down 10 pounds. Down 10 pounds, losers. So I don't drink a lot of beer. And last night, I've been drinking a lot of beer.
Except for every beer he's been drinking this week.
Correct. I have had 2 beers this week. The one I'm about to tell you about, which was Half Acres Bodum. That I haven't had that in a while. It was left over for my birthday. And it's funny because I feel like the last time I had it, I was like, whatever. It's piney. Whatever, IPA. But then I had it last night, and the first sip I took, I was like, oh, man. I miss just having a straight up. I love hazy IPAs. I love all the crazy shit. I love the crazy shit. I think we've talked about that. The shit that we do with, French pressing these stouts, and even all the Bourbon County variants. They're all crazy.
Double barrel.
Mm-hmm. All crazy types of beers that we had.
I got one.
Ooh, let's have that. I've got 0. Having that beer, just like you said, crisp, citrusy, bright IPA. I tweeted them, and I figure liked it. And I said, if you're taking me I'm dead. Giving myself a beer as to have. I was very happy that that's the beer that I chose.
Nice.
Oh God.
Rocking the treetop all day long.
How far along are we?
Popping and singing this song.
Singing Lily.
Oh, little girl is on
Jay Bridge Street. Love it, Robin. Go sweet, sweet, sweet.
Rockin' Robin.
Sweet, sweet.
Oh, Rockin' Robin, because we're really going to rock tonight.
I remember the hood version when we used to play
38 minutes.
38 minutes. Oh, great. Is this going to be another hour and a half episode? Can we top the Clark episode of Temperance Beers?
Wait a minute. Hold on. How long was my last episode?
It was like an hour and 20.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so when you're around, we just keep on going. I do have music for this episode. It's actually, you can go ahead and do what you're doing. I can talk about this for a second, Brandon. Actually,
under the counter.
He sent me a text. So they're no strangers to this show. If you remember the group, as I like to call them, Elias D. But it's LSD, ELLIS space D. Mike Kelly, who I work with, he is.
I work with Mike Kelly.
What?
So do I.
You went to high school with Mike Kelly. Is that the same Mike Kelly, bro?
I can't go to school.
Anyways, this Mike, he's a producer. He's the producer of all the beats for. Oh, fuck you, Brandon. Of the LSD beats. I asked him if he had some music for me that I could use, and he gave me some instrumentals, and I chose this one that I actually don't know which one I chose until I'm editing it. But he sent me two. I like them both. And Brandon's cracking open the next beer for us, which is
Fat Tire.
Fat Tire,
from
New Belgium. And, we talked about that briefly before we started, I think, the show. Was that
damn, they sold.
They sold, but it was employee owned, so that means all those employees got money, too. It wasn't
know what? I'm not knocking anybody getting a coin, because, honey, I need my coins as well.
I'm not knocking anybody who decides to sell their brewery. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things where I'm just like, I used to get really upset about that shit, like selling out. If you promote yourself as someone who's never going to do it, and then you do it, then I got an issue.
I have to be honest with you. If I had been in brewing for like 20-some years, and no. If I've been in brewing for like 20-some years, and somebody said, "Hey, ABC, we want to buy your brewery for $1 billion," guess what? I'm like, deuces.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You did your thing. You left your mark. I did my thing.
And I probably would use. I would say I would probably use some of that money to help the next person get started.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind doing something else, like. Beat
that.
We're keeping that in. All right.
There wasn't beer on it.
You know what? Let's go to the break and we'll talk about this. We're gonna drink Fat Tire when we come back. Bye.
Bye.
I'm not stopping it. I'm just gonna keep it going and going and going.
When the cold wind is screaming and the evening is still. When the evening is screaming and the whole wind is still. Elevate if you can. Elevate if you want. It's the only chance that you'll get. Elevate if you can. Yeah. Elevate if you want. It's the only chance that you'll get.
Born in a China shop, Bruce Lee, karate chop. Growing up, I was a cream of the crop. And dreams of raising sex of the guap, I had to stop. Cause what I have is just in mind. That's the day I realized these demon eyes were deep inside, feeding on these demon vibes. And how fucking high am I? Shit be smoking on my own supply. I'm just out here grinding, trying to get my fucking piece of the pie. And there will come a day they hear my music, they can't fucking deny. So sorry for the cliche, I know you hear on replay. I just want to spread a message for you to go and relay. I know I'm out of my mind and you may never have to rewind. Cause this is probably the last time that you hear this rhyme and hear this line. Living in a world of lies, what I have is just in mind. I don't mind, it's just these vibes. That's the day I realize that's why we all get high, to escape the current times.
They said my head was in the clouds, but it was in the heavens, trying to scale me out of 10, but I was in 11. They said I couldn't do it, but now I see them sweating. When they come back around, see how much they be forgetting. Leaving holes in plot lines, but see how I plot mine. Like did it, said that Kimmo that one time. Feeling good, cause I know through me God shine. And I know that'll get me through these hard times. You know how long I've been on the grind? A motherfucking lifetime. You know how long I've been trying to shine? A motherfucking lifetime. Man, I'm hung up on it still.
Damn, man, for real?
Man, this life ain't free. And you gotta pay the bill.
I wonder how many lives are living satisfied where they reach their potential or meet their demise. I wonder how many lives have I seen with my eyes, trying to see the real, but they peeking in the skies. Now elevate, celebrate, cause it might get too late. You don't wanna hesitate. Now elevate, celebrate, don't hesitate, cause the levee might break down. Elevate if you can. Elevate if you want. It's the only chance that you'll get. Elevate if you can. Elevate if you want. It's the only chance that you'll get.
Dinner still? What time's your reservation at?
I mean, the place don't close till like 12.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we have reservations. It's like, okay, we're just gonna go get something to eat after.
All right, we got this. Ready?
And we're back. And we are now drinking New Belgium's Fat Tire.
Thanks, Mike, for the beat. It was great. It is.
You know what?
It's good. Yo, find LSD on ELISD on Spotify, Apple, iTunes. They're on Facebook. They're also on Instagram. And, Mike's a funny guy. I haven't met his counterpart.
You're laughing so hard that you read. It's funny.
So
It's not high blood pressure.
this beer is very similar to the last beer.
Yes. That was my first thought. I'm sure anybody...
I was confused. I
just a
took a
dark-
sip and I'm like, wait, I thought we switched. I'm like, oh, yes, we did.
We did.
We did switch.
I remember the first time I had Fat Tire, and I was kind of blown away by it because it was around the time when I was drinking, High Life. That was it. High Life and PBR because I was broke.
I mean, nothing wrong with
Can I
that.
make a confession?
Go ahead.
This is my first time having Fat Tire.
Seriously?
Yeah, it is.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
wow.
It is. It's
Wow.
my very first time having Fat Tire.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Have you had other
You
New
don't
Belgium...
support women in beer?
Zing!
Oh, you know what? You just been a good one. No,
You also, like,
Let's go drink that double barrel, Shalana.
knows?
See you later, Brandon.
honestly, to be honest with you, I'm being 100 complete honest. The first time I had a New Belgium beer was last year at Fresh Fest when they did a collaboration with L Sharpton with Piano Keys.
oh.
Interesting.
Yeah,
How was that?
it was good. It was really good. I was like, oh, okay.
New Belgium was one of the... Once I got turned on to some craft beer early on, before I was like really into it, we discussed, we're not going over the history of our craft beer again, but New Belgium was one of the ones where I used to buy the mix. I used to get 6 packs of, what was it? A wheat beer. Shit, they don't make it anymore. When they do their 12 packs, they'll do like a throwback. Skinny Dip, I think it was a wheat beer, and it was fucking awesome. Anytime that pops up back in the 12 packs, their mix pack, and they like do a throwback beer, that's one of the ones that I always go for because it's like I remember it being a very like citrusy wheat beer. I'm a fan of that shit.
Yeah.
So, this is your first Fat Tire. What do you think?
It's drinkable.
It's not something you're going back to the store to go and grab.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I mean, it is the straightforward amber beer, and I think for the time that it came out, there wasn't a lot of... when you're getting any type of red ale, it's probably Killian's Irish Red, and that's about it.
I think what happens is like
Or Alaska.
when you're looking at this amber ale for me, like again, we talked about this earlier. Petticoat is kind of like did it for me because it's like it was so amped up, and it was like, man, that was a damn good beer. So, and I'm not knocking New Belgium,
Sell
even though
out.
they sold, but I mean, it's drinkable. It's a drinkable beer.
I'll be honest, this is probably the first 6-pack of Fat Tire I bought in a long time as well. So every now and then I still have... I got their winter mix pack because there's a couple in there that I like. I like all their other beers more than Fat Tire.
Did we do Fat Tire in one of the
Episodes?
the winter episode?
I think so. I don't know. We're getting to the point now where we've done so many episodes, Brandon, where I can't keep it all straight unless Yolanda's retelling a story for the 4th time.
You know what? Whatever. Let me live through my little 4 stories and my 3 podcast shows with my double barrel. Okay, 2.
Hey, Shalanda, have you ever gone to Great American Beer Fest?
No, but I went to Prop Day and got a double barrel.
You guys remember Prop Day? That was a lot of fun. Other than me not getting a double barrel, but other than that was a good time.
Prop Day was fun, and we didn't get to review it with her.
Yeah, it was really... Did you hear what happened with the recordings? Did we tell you?
Yeah, I remember, and I hated that I couldn't come. After
That's right. No, I was bummed because it was so much fun. That day was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
That was the beginning of the rosacea that I got on my nose because there's a picture of me and you where I'm like, I'm like fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I have awesome pictures of you from that day.
Clark had a lot of fun that day, didn't you, Clark? You son of a bitch.
Oh, Clark.
And his wife apparently now, Jessica, who that was one of the parts of the interview I really wanted was her review of Bourbon County and the prop because she had never had it before. And when they bought their allotment, I was just like, okay, well, Clark's got 4 bottles of prop now and 2 double barrels. That's good for him. From what he's told me, I think that now his wife is like, yeah, we should have that prop. He's like, oh, it's not just mine anymore. Oh no.
I still have the prop. I still have the prop now. You know what? Can we reflect on this day real quick because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
To kind of.
Sure, we can take it back.
So
we're not walking away from women's history.
Right. Can we reflect on how Brandon and I told you to get the beer?
Yeah, we already...
No, I wasn't here for that one.
If anybody listen to Shalana's second episode where she gives a pretty good rundown at the end of her episode about how I fucked up and didn't buy it. She called me out, fine.
No, I know. I didn't call you out because you asked a question.
I did. You're right.
And
You didn't call me out. I threw myself in front of the bus. Or in front of the train. Choo-choo.
But I had a Cafe de Olla at Uppers and Downers on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I was
so they
ask
did
you
it the fresh version of that. It was actually pretty good.
That's the one I've had the most. My cousin brought it over.
You can still find it in the stores.
I actually really... I was surprised how close Brandon and I got to it when we did the episode prior to Prop Day, and we made our own just based on what we saw in the ingredients. We got pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. My cousin Paul has a couple that I'm thinking I was going to buy from him because he does not like coffee, and I'm like, the coffee's subtle. But because he doesn't like coffee, it is not subtle for him at all. I drink coffee all the time. So for me, the coffee's like, oh, there it is. There's some coffee. But I'm really tasting the orange and the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. So I asked the employee at Uppers and Downers, I said, this is really just midnight orange with coffee, isn't it? She wouldn't answer me. I said, don't worry, I already know.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I already know the answer. I already know the answer. It's cool.
Yeah, I still have the 2 bottles of prop left. I haven't cracked into either one of them. I was gonna do one for Christmas with Mike, but we ended up just drinking we shared 2 12-ounce beers.
I did New Year's Eve and Christmas.
That's kind of where I was gonna go with, but
And
now I'm like,
Still got mine.
Yeah, we're gonna open up the other double barrel for my birthday.
let me know. I'll welcome back.
No, sorry.
I know where Rogers
Lo
Park is
siento,
at.
no hablo inglés.
My sister used to live in Rogers Park. I know Rogers Park. Yeah, from there was Rogers
Lo
Park.
siento.
Clark, can I have some of your double barrel?
You can have my kid and my dog, but not my double barrel.
Both of them hilarious.
Tony's an empty nester now. You can take a kid and a dog.
Yeah, sure. Take the kid and the dog.
Spring break is starting. My kid starts. Well, when this episode's out, she's already been home for 3 days. So she gets spring break early, and that's it. She's home for the week. So my grocery bill's about to go up.
Spring break is closed.
To come visit.
You hear that, Mackenzie?
She needs a little brown sister to come visit. And then they could do. And then, are you okay?
Don't die, Tony. Don't die.
Oh God.
And then my daughter can do another video of what it's like to be in your household.
It's gonna be pretty straightforward. It's like Tony was always in the basement. It was sad.
Why am I dying because of all these plants in here? Watch, she has severe allergies to
my
plants.
God. Laura, my wife, we have so many plants. My niece counted plants inside and out over the summer, and it was at 100.
I can't do it. I have fake plants because I think I'll kill them.
I'd give it a try.
My daughter has talked about me. I said, look, you did good to live this long. Okay? You did. I did good to get one kid out of the house, and you're still alive, and this dog is still alive, and we need to add
what is
plants.
That? So, anybody, if you're not following Shalana, how do they follow you? Is it ABC? Afro Beer Chick? What's the best way?
Afro Beer Chick on Twitter, and Instagram, and Facebook.
Now, we're friends on Facebook now.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for the friend request. Felt real special when I saw it. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm cool.
Welcome to Tomato Circle.
Yeah, thank you. Now, are the videos of your dog,
my dog, Riley?
was that on Twitter? I saw it on Facebook when Riley was getting sprayed. What is that spray?
It is just
Riley loves the spray.
Riley it's just the spray that the little lavender spray that they would normally spray after they've been groomed. Riley sees the bottle and he gets excited.
Yeah, I know.
He goes and lay down and okay, I'm gonna get sprayed. Yes, I'm so happy.
Riley was all over it. That was hilarious.
So people who don't know, it's Riley's an 8-month-old golden retriever. He's a little adorable 4-legged asshole.
Sleeping in your shower, trying to.
Oh man, let me tell you, I cannot get in my shower. Whenever I go, Raleigh's laying there in my shower. Like, dude, I need to just get your bed.
You know what? We'll just do an episode. I think we'll just come on like maybe every 5 episodes where I just review your social media posts. How's that? We'll do that.
So Liz Garibay? Mm-hmm. So my daughter has tried to convince me, like, Mom, we need to give Raleigh a birthday party. I've never given a pet a birthday party ever.
I saw that.
So she's like, we can just go to the dog park. Liz was like, no, let's give him a birthday party at Metropolitan Brewing, and it's going to be awesome. So she's
Which I've never been to. I still haven't been to Metropolitan.
Right. So we're going to give Raleigh his first birthday party at Metropolitan Brewing.
When's that happening?
His birthday is actually June 17th. He'll be a year old. So we're going to do it that following weekend. So like the 20th, because, so Liz can be there.
I think we should go, Brandon, and record something.
For Ronnie's.
I just want to record everything. Everything that I do in my life, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, set it up, set up the mics, let's do this. I'm hanging out with my friend Phil on Saturday, and we do this thing where we drink bourbon and listen to vinyl records or big music.
That's me. Did you see my post about that?
Which one? No, when?
The other day I was drinking on Uncle Nearest, and I was looking through Ebony magazine I have from 1966.
Yes, I saw that post. Yes, and I thought about it, and I was like, oh man, that'd be really funny if I just set the mics, because Phil kind of reminds me of Pat.
Oh.
So if we had Pat and Phil and me and you, and we sat there and drank bourbon, I would listen and put records on all day.
I have an awesome vinyl collection too.
I have a pretty good vinyl collection as well. I'm rebuilding it. I used to have like hundreds upon hundreds of records, and I moved so much that I had to get rid of them.
I have a lot of vinyl suits that I wear. Great.
Wow. So where are you going to dinner tonight?
Onward in Rogers Park.
Well.
Onward.
Oh, so that's where we're going.
Oh. Yeah. Because I'm not cooking shit. That's what you
guys mind if we tag along?
We just sit here and, well, he's a long way from it. But you're there. You understand where I'm coming from. You're not cooking.
I already cooked.
Like, kid gotta eat. Like, what do you want from Uber Eats? Because my daughter like, Mom, what are you cooking tonight? What do you want from Uber Eats?
What do you feel like having? Because you can have whatever you like.
You have whatever you like.
Oh, man. It's always fun to have you on this show. Thank you for coming on.
It's always fun being here. You guys are hilarious. And you know what? You guys have to come up to my apartment and.
Ready. We got mics we can bring too. We got
yes, please, because my mic's like.
No, I thought your mic sounds good. Everything sounds good. Everything sounds good on your show. Congratulations, by the way, on getting your podcast up and running.
You guys don't have a barking dog.
No, he's got a kid, but that's why we shoot for the lateness. Can't if we do it at my house, nobody can walk above me because you can hear we've got the old wooden floors that I hear everything that happens. My mother-in-law is about to stay with me. She just had hip surgery, and the guest room is right underneath where the TV is downstairs in the basement, and I've got like this old school fucking mixer and speakers that I don't need to have it that loud. But I always have it loud. You can't hear it on the second floor. But Jane, you're in for a surprise.
It took me 3 hours to record my show last night because Raleigh was barking. I was like, damn it!
Shut up! See? If you just edit it, it'd be fine.
No, I only edit. If you hear the barking, you hear the barking.
One day, I tried to convince Stephanie that she needs to start a podcast network. Because I know so many people have podcasts now that if we just all came together and had our own network and started making money for ourselves, it would be probably the greatest business venture that I could be a part of. How's that? That was my pitch for the night.
There you go.
It's not about money. It's about the beer.
I know. I'm not saying that. But
no, you got to have money for the beer.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want us to be able to be like, hey, we're doing this. The show is sustaining itself. Oh, we are taking that trip for October.
Oh, yes.
That's why I sell T-shirts. I have my paycheck for my kid, and then I sell the T-shirts for my beer habit.
Damn, that's smart. How much are your shirts?
Like $25.
Can I get it for 5?
No.
All right, I tried.
$5 in a double barrel?
Oh!
I don't have a double barrel.
You can have 10 shirts.
I don't have a double barrel to give up for that.
If you give me a double barrel, then we can talk.
It's not just a guaranteed yes on the shirt. It's just we can talk.
We can talk.
It's bullshit.
If you give me a prop, I'll give you 2 shirts.
You're probably. I said I'm gonna split the one with you anyway. We kind of got away from the whole women's role in beard history, and I don't want to cut. I'm not ending. We're not ending. How far are we?
55 minutes.
Yeah, and you got to go soon anyway. But I do want to revisit this conversation. It needs to be a conversation that needs to be had, as you said. I can't. I'm single myself out here. Can't just post something on social media and go, oh, nope, I did my shit. No, you didn't. Keep supporting. I'm glad you came on and we got to talk a little bit about this. I just like having you on in general.
Yeah. Aww.
It's just fun.
Tears.
It's a fun time. And Brandon and I
Let's have a good drinking buddies.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like most of the guests that we've had, actually, I think all the guests that we've had on the show, anybody that comes on, it's just kind of become what I think you and I originally talked about, which was just sitting around talking and drinking beer. That's kind of all I wanted to do. And we happen to talk about there are subtopics to the episode as well.
Yeah, because we didn't with New Belgium, we didn't dive too much into the women in beer thing,
because they sold out.
Ooh. And that's where I put in Real Big Fish Sell Out.
I mean, I'm not knocking them. Congrats to them getting their money. But they're not exactly women owned anymore.
Right, but and the employees that had been a part of it, they're also getting their share because it's employee owned. So everybody's getting their money from that. The selling of that. Yeah. But yeah. Oh boy. Well,
kids.
Shalonda, thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Afro Beer Chick.
ABC.
Hey.
You want to plug all your stuff again real quick?
Oh, wait.
You like how I just did this? You're just going to plug your stuff?
Thank you. Okay, so if you want to catch me at afrobeerchick.com. Yeah, catch me outside. afrobeerchick.com, on Twitter, Afro Beer Chick, Facebook, Afro Beer Chick. But also, on a plug, we have 2 I Am Craft Beer meetups coming up.
There you go.
So we have the first one in Milwaukee at the Fermentorial Barrel House. That's coming up March 15th from 1 to 5 p.m.
Is that a Sunday?
Yes, that is a Sunday.
And that's in the state of Milwaukee.
No, state of Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from 1 to 5.
I'm gonna make the trip out there. Maybe that's a hard maybe from me.
Yeah, that's a 1-day trip for me too. So come drink with us, and then also in April 5th, I'll be in St. Louis with Second Shift. We're gonna do
Second Shift, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole I Am Craft Beer meetup there. Libby is working hard behind the scenes doing a pop-up shop with minority-owned minority-owned shops.
Nice
for that one.
So. No, that's awesome. Well, we'll continue to plug that as well on here and let people know. Make sure I'll get information from you.
Yeah, follow me for some birthday drinking as well.
Yeah, so, yeah. Maybe we'll have a double barrel together one day.
Yours.
One day.
Oh man, well, it's always fun to have you on. This is a great episode. See you in hell, Brandon.
See you. I'm drinking.
I love you, man. And everybody, have a good women's
life.
Yeah, good life. And remember to celebrate all the women in your life this month and every month for Women's History Month. Brandon, I love you.
Love you too, Tony.
And we'll see you guys next time.